Okay. Head back to Chicago tonight after being on the road since Tuesday. So I think everybody's just anxious to get back home, but, happy and proud of the guys for their effort. Charlie, after not playing for a couple of weeks, to 24, 8 assists and six rebounds was huge, particularly controlling our offense with full court, making plays, getting into the paint, making shots. And I thought the other guys, that our game plan, and we try to set a goal between 50 and 60 points tonight that would come inside the 3-point line of just getting into the paint. And I think, for the most part, we did a really good job at that. And, our defense has been pretty good over the last few weeks. And, it held down, a very high octane offense, at the very least, it kept them off balance a little bit. And except for Julian Champagny, who's a terrific player. So just, credit to our guys, Oscar playing 20 minutes and getting 10 points was huge. David being a penetrator and finishing at the rim was huge. Paulie rebounding and, he only got 4 shots, but he made all of them, was huge. The group, I think, in the spirit that they had and the adversity that they've been through, really got to give them credit and tip of the hat for not only for their performance, but their resiliency.
Go ahead, Steve.
There we go.
Oh, Steve, you there?
Hey, Dave, I'd like to get your thoughts on Charlie bouncing back from the knee injury.
As I said pregame to the TV crew, he only had 1 day of practice, which was yesterday, and I didn't know, how much he could play, if he could play, and then how effective he would be. It's just, you just can't take a couple of weeks off and then have the kind of rhythm that he had today. So it's a testament to, his ability to bounce back. His talent level is, today was the Charlie that we've all come to know and love. And he was pretty good defensively as well, just keeping the ball in front of him. So, I thought I would have to limit, some of his minutes because of wind and because he just had to get a basketball rhythm again. But, he showed no ill effects from either the elbow or the knee.
Go ahead, Lawrence.
Coach, congrats on the win tonight. Can I get your thoughts on Oscar's performance, coming off a long, stay off the court?
Yeah.
How do you think he played?
Since I believe it's the 27th of December when he went out with a knee injury, and, thought it might cost him a year, thought it might be an ACL, and then, ended up being an extended absence. And, he's been good with an attitude. He's been doing exactly what the trainers and doctors have asked, and actually is in better shape now than he was right before he got hurt. So he's worked really hard on his body. And then, this week, I know I couldn't play him against Seton Hall, but he practiced. He was on the scout team, and they had a high energy level, and he lifted up the gym. And I said that to the team after the game that, credit to Oscar because he's a playmaker to begin with. He can get into the paint, and he has length, size, and he has some bulk to be able to make decisions. He's unselfish. So against a team like St. John's, where you're going to have to get it inside a lot, he did a really good job at that and was able to finish, which, again, even more than when we talked about Charlie, which was pretty amazing given the fact that, he's been off for almost 2 months. So a lot of credit. And it kind of gives us another dimension that we haven't had, and as I thought and said at the beginning of the year, if we could have multiple ball handlers and decision makers, that we'd be, a lot better off offensively. And so having him allows us to do that, to have another decision maker and ball handler and spread the court and do those kinds of things for us. So kudos to him.
Lawrence, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, Coach. David Jones seemed like he got a lot of playing time down the stretch. Do you just think he's just mature beyond his years already and kind of is able to handle that pressure.
Yeah, he's not afraid of anything. He's not afraid of again, it was probably ill-advised, but that 3 against Seton Hall, he believes in himself, and he's got ways to go to kind of get in shape and get a feel and all those kind of things that doesn't happen when you join a team as late as he did. But he's got the one thing that a lot of guys don't have, which is a tremendous amount of self-belief, and he's got a skill package to go with it. So, but he's still learning. He took another ill-advised 3 again today, and he went for a steal late. And so those things happen when you just don't know. You're just playing basketball. But again, along with Oscar, somebody that you can put the ball in their hands and they can make a play and make a decision that is productive. And so, it gives us another scoring dimension and another decision maker that once if we spread the court and move bodies and move balls, that will put us in a pretty good position to get high quality shots.
Last question, we'll go to Steve.
Hey, Dave, you got a few New Yorkers in that locker room, Ray, Paulie, Coach Shu. How are they feeling right about now?
Well, I because of COVID, it's hard, being in it. We can be in New York right now, or we can be in California. A hotel room looks the same, but I get your point in that it's always, particularly the 2 players with your hometown team, and being able to beat them, gives you a really good satisfaction, sense of pride. And so particularly because they beat us in Chicago, to come back to New York as a group, but particularly, as you mentioned, those 3 guys to win, whether it's bragging rights or whatever you want to call it, it's just a good feeling for those guys to be able to return home. And just sorry that their friends and family couldn't be in the building to see it.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.